How does the JavaScript while loop work in real-world projects? Imagine you're trying to keep a game running until the player decides to stop. Or maybe you're processing a stream of data that keeps coming in. How do programmers make these tasks happen smoothly? The answer often lies in the power of the JavaScript while loop. The JavaScript while loop is a way to run a block of code repeatedly, as long as a certain condition is true. Before each run, it checks if the condition is still valid. If it is, the code inside runs. When the condition becomes false, the loop stops and the program moves on. This makes it perfect for situations where you don't know how many times you'll need to repeat something ahead of time. For example, imagine you want to ask a user to enter their age. You want to keep asking until they give you a number that is at least 18. You can set up a while loop that keeps prompting them as long as their input is less than 18. Once they enter a valid age, the loop ends, and the program can continue. In real projects, this kind of loop is used a lot. Say you're reading data from a file or a data stream. You can keep reading chunks of data until there's nothing left. Or in a game, you might keep checking for user input or game status until the player quits or reaches a goal. Another common use is for calculations that depend on changing conditions. For example, adding numbers together until a negative number appears. The loop will keep summing until the condition to stop is met. Here's a simple example. You start with a count of 0. The while loop checks if the count is less than 3. If it is, it prints the count and then increases it by 1. When the count reaches 3, the condition becomes false and the loop stops. This way, you can control exactly how many times the code runs. It's very important to make sure the condition inside the loop will eventually turn false. If not, the loop will run forever, which can crash your website or app. To prevent this, always update the variables involved in the condition inside the loop. Understanding how the while loop works helps you control repetitive tasks in your projects. It gives you the flexibility to run code based on dynamic conditions that change during execution, not just fixed numbers. This makes it a key tool for writing efficient, responsive JavaScript code in real-world situations.